You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney Theme Parks podcast, and this is show number 579 for Sunday, the 18th of January 2026.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jayne Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jayne.
Hello there, Michelle. I can't believe it's the 18th of January already. It doesn't feel like 2 minutes since I was in Disney World, which I know was the beginning of December, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad it's nearly the end of January because, oh my word, I got paid the middle of December. It's a very long wait for payday.
Yeah.
And then you add in the fact that I was successful in acquiring a Starbucks glass cold brew barista cup, which I wasn't intending on purchasing. It literally, you know when something is fated, Jayne?
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to be in town because I was going to a management meeting. I just happened to be walking past a particular Starbucks that opened at 8 a.m. at 10 past 8. And I just happened to walk in and say, I don't suppose you've got any of the glass barista bears, have you? Oh, yes, we got 4. I've only sold one so far this morning. Oh, then yes, please.
Crikey! If this was a YouTube video channel malarkey, you would then see me having my mouth open because I recognise that the how can I put this politely, that those bear mugs were like the proverbial rocking horse thing that we won't mention.
It cost £27.95 in the UK, and I gather when they were released in the US, they were $38. As of this moment, I have found the most expensive one that's been sold on a UK reselling site at £250.
Wow.
So this then sort of is like I'm just sat looking at this stupid glass cup on my work surface over there with my next to my temple of shrine, should I say, of barista bears, and thinking it's literally talking to me, Jayne, saying, if you sell me, it's a ticket to Mickey's Very Merry, or it's a ticket for Not So Scary, or it's this, or it's that, or it's the other, because that's a lot of money. But then it goes against my principles for reselling and profiteering.
Well, I was going to say that, but then also you've probably looked at it, gone, oh, it could be worth X, and then you've actually spent that X about 8 times. So really, just keep it on the shelf, Michelle. Enjoy it for what it is.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do to make sure I don't end up to be tempted to the dark side and sell it? I am going to go down after recording said podcast, put some ice in my newly washed cup and make myself a Ribena drink that I can then enjoy, and then thus the cup is no longer mint in box, and then I know I won't be tempted to sell it.
Very good idea, yeah.
But I just thought the universe is smiling on me today, and I just felt so literally over the moon that I was able to pick one up without the fuss, because I've got people messaging me saying, oh my word, I literally was at the Starbucks at 4 a.m. for their 6 a.m. opening, and they had none left because there was a queue of 20 in front of me.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of controversy about it as well, because there was some people saying that Starbucks staff were taking the very minimal supplies that had been sent out. There was quite a hoo-ha about it all. So you've done very well to have gotten one. I mean, it kind of leads into, Michelle, I mean, there's something else that's going to be released very soon, or has been released, I should say, that I know that you have your eye on, because I saw your Facebook post that might end up in that resale stupidity level. Do you know what I'm talking about, Michelle?
Is this the $29 Figment popcorn bucket for Festival of the Arts?
It may be, Michelle, because it does look rather cute, doesn't it?
Jayne, it is beyond cute. And you know, I missed out on the original Figment popcorn bucket, and I was gutted. Yes, I got the one with the imagination perspex glass whatever.
Yes, I have that one as well. Yes.
Which is beautiful.
It is, yeah, it lights up and everything. It's gorgeous.
But it's not a full-size figment.
Yeah.
So I do have the Figment Bigfoot. I do. I just think, for me, I need this. I need this. Now, I do have an offer tentatively of someone who is a blessed, amazing, lovely, kind-hearted person who goes on her Disney travels and will buy things for people at the price it's actually sold at.
Yes.
And then she will just add the shipping cost.
Perfectly reasonable.
So I've messaged her and I've said, this is what I'd like. And she said, well, I think I'll charge you a little bit more than the normal postage, but yes, I will definitely look for it. And if I can get one, yes. So fingers crossed.
I mean,
but if you're wanting one, Jayne, I am more than happy to put you in touch with this lady because she's an absolute gem, because she doesn't go and charge over the odds for it. So, you know,
it's a difficult one, isn't it? And you know, I can only hope, fingers crossed, for everybody that is genuinely going to Epcot for the Festival of the Arts and is lucky enough to be there, and if they want to be able to purchase this particular popcorn bucket, that they actually have enough supplies in. I did notice that they have put on the obligatory while supplies last sort of statement, but you know, come on guys, you know how popular previous Figment popcorn bucket incarnations have been. Let's hope that they've got their quantities right this time round.
Well, it's available at the Odyssey building. It's available on mobile order. Mm-hmm. So that's plus. Did you know, Jayne, that the paintbrush that is on said popcorn bucket is removable?
No.
And you can switch through the colours, because there are 6 colours that the paintbrush tip will change to.
Nice.
I know. I love that. It just makes it even more desirable. And the fact that it's got the wings on the back, he's wearing his beret in purple with splodges of paint. It's just fan-dabby-dozy.
It's very classic. And again, it's so great to see, because obviously for years and years and years, all these amazing popcorn buckets seem to be limited to the Tokyo, the Hong Kongs of the parks of this world. So it's really nice to see that they've upped the game and it's a permanent thing. This is happening more and more often, isn't it?
Yeah. And if I do get this said popcorn bucket, it does come with sealed rainbow popcorn. I think I'm going to give the rainbow popcorn away on the podcast. Someone else can enjoy the contents and I will enjoy the plasticness of my house. And I will take it into school and show the lovely pupils in my class. But it's going to be, look, but don't touch my paintbrush. Because I'm just so excited about it. One year I will get to the Festival of the Arts. I
know, it's something that we talked about doing last year, because we went out very much towards the end of February last year, and I looked at the dates, and it's such a short festival, isn't it? I mean, I know technically Festival Holidays is about the same length of time, but in comparison to like Flower and Garden, Food and Wine, it's such a short little window. It's difficult, and obviously for your good self-education person that you are, your times are even more limited.
Anyway, after we've done On This Day in Disney History, we have some more Festival of the Arts chat.
Sorry, diverting there. I do apologise.
Let's get on over to find out. And this week, we are screaming from the rooftops that classic Stevie Wonder hit, Happy Birthday to Ya. Happy birthday. Guess who was born on the 18th of January, 1882?
Somebody who's no longer with us.
Absolutely, otherwise they would be holding a very good, impressive world record. Alan Alexander Milne.
Ah, Mr. Winnie the Pooh.
Author and creator of Winnie the Pooh was born on the 18th of January in London, England. And as Jayne said, he brought to life our beloved little old stuffed bear.
Is it? I think it is the fact that you've got Winnie the Pooh, Stitch and Mickey Mouse. They are the 3 most popular merchandisable items, and they rotate between the 1, 2 and 3 spots. Yeah, he did all right, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. 1904, film star Cary Grant was born. His original birth name was Archibald Alexander Leach. Now, I never knew this.
Archibald.
I thought he was American, but he was born in
No.
Bristol in England.
Yes, I knew he was born in the UK, but I don't know how long. Obviously, he must have moved out to the States, I'm guessing, quite early on. Because there's no sign of a British accent that I can recall.
Absolutely. And the Disney link, Jane? Oh, she's gone quiet now.
Brain matter is thinking, and brain matter is not giving me an answer.
In 1969, 73, 74 and 78, he narrated Disneyland's Candlelight Ceremony.
Oh.
And then in 1972, he was the narrator of Walt Disney World's Christmas Candlelight Processional for the first and only time.
Okay. Well, I suppose, somebody of his stature would be like some of the famous people that we get nowadays doing the candlelight events, equivalent of, isn't it?
Yeah. Another one as well. This is from 1913, and this is actor, singer, comedian Danny Kaye.
Oh, I love Danny Kaye. One of my favourite movies is White Christmas, so I love Danny Kaye.
Yeah. Well, he was the host of the 1982 television programme Epcot Centre, the opening celebration.
Yes, I've seen some wonderful clips of that. If you want to have a bit of a nostalgia bait, it's 80s TV, which is great.
Now, unlike the other two gentlemen I have already mentioned, Danny Kaye was not born in the UK. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, and his actual birth name was David Daniel Kaminsky.
You see where the K came from then.
Yeah. It's just so wonderful.
A happy day.
A trio of wonderful birthday celebrations and some uncovering some Disney history that you never know might pop up in one of your pop quizzes that you have down at your local drinking establishment.
Who knows, yeah. I love little bits of those random bits of trivia that you hope will stay in your brain, but really what will happen is you'll get asked the question and that brain matter will just go, I know the answer to this and it's somewhere in there and I just can't put my finger on it. And then when somebody says what the answer is, you go, oh yeah, I knew that.
I know. I do have a fourth birthday person, but this is going to make me and thee feel really, really old.
Oh God, go on.
Actor, screenwriter and composer Jason Segel is born in Los Angeles, California, 18th of January 1980, and he co-wrote the screenplay and starred in the 2011 comedy The Muppet.
You see, I had a rule at preschool that I wasn't going to allow anybody born in the 1980s to work for me. That didn't last, obviously. 1980, I was my first year at senior school.
1980. I was 9.
Scary, isn't it?
It is. Anyway, so that is on this day in Disney history, a quartet of Disney-connected birthdays. I thought you'd like those, Jane.
Yeah, it's nice to get all happy news, isn't it, on history? Yeah. And
then, harking on from last week where we detailed a female girl power Disney Imagineer, I have another one for this week.
Okay, who we got this week?
We have got an amazing woman who is quite high up in the sort of administrative side of Disney. Her name is Maggie Elliott. She is the Senior Vice President of Creative Development Administration.
That's a long title.
It is a very long title. She calls herself a true Disney kid, and her roots are in Imagineering. Her father was a Disney studio art director who headed Disney Imagineering after Walt's death. She began as an apprentice model maker in 1968, and she was the first woman to go to the ranks of Imagineering management, moving from the model shop up to that role. She went from Director of Creative Development Administration and then to VP. And then she retired as the Senior VP in 1994.
Wow. It's funny actually, isn't it? I love this connection where you seem to have, we mentioned last week about Leslie Iwerks and her connection making documentaries and her father and grandfather obviously working for Disney, and it's so interesting to see these Imagineers that have had offspring that have then continued in their legacy as well, isn't it? It's fascinating that level of creativity must be in some ways genetic.
Yeah. So her favourite project, one that Jayne will totally agree with, the Enchanted Tiki Room, because it was the first show she worked on when she began in 1968.
Wow. Fab.
Her favourite Disney Parks attraction, she's included two, and I love that. That is totally a girl power answer. It's a Small World and shopping on Main Street.
Oh, I'm liking this person even more.
I know. And then last but not least, what was your favourite memory or story from your time working at WDI? And this is what she's put. The first time I met Walt Disney.
You can't say that to menopausal women because it's going to get me all emotional.
I read it when I was doing the research and a little lump sort of formed in my throat and I was like, oh, she knew Walt.
I know, that is such a privileged thing to be able to turn around and say, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not that many people who can say that, Jayne.
No, not now. Yeah, and I think that's going to be. I must admit, I do think with them, I'm really looking forward to watching the Leslie I Works film that's coming up. I know we mentioned it last week, but I do think that one might be a bit of an emotional ride as well. Only because I'm a big softie.
Is it out on the 22nd for us in the UK?
As far as I know, 22nd of Jan is the release date. So whether that moves over, depending on the time of release, it may be the following day over here. I don't know. But YouTube as well as Disney Plus. So if you haven't got it on Disney Plus, you'll be able to find it on the old YouTubes.
Absolutely.
Which I think is a great thing, by the way, the fact that they're doing that, so it gets to more and more people.
Yeah, 100%. We know as of recording today, which we're recording on the 16th, I know Illusion smashed. The Festival of the Arts has begun. So as usual, one of the things our podcast, you can say, is known for is our foodie talk. So I thought we would share a little bit of a challenge, and we're going to present it a little bit differently for our wonderful family this week. So before we do begin, Jayne, we've got a new colleague at work, and I said we were out on a management team meeting yesterday, and she said, oh, I want to go into this place here. I've never had a coffee from there, and I fancy picking up an iced coffee. So I went with her, just following her, as you do. And I'd never been in this place before, but they have the most amazing pastry case.
Right.
Something to absolutely blow any foodie's mind away. There was cruffins, there were duffins, there was everything. There were muffins. It's like she just looked at me and I was going, oh my God, camera, picture. And I go, cruffins, muffins. And we had a long conversation trying to explain to her what a duffin and a cruffin was and what the difference was between the two.
Okay. As one does when one's on a management meeting, yeah?
Yeah. And I did actually, for research purposes, have to buy a cruffin, and it was Biscoff flavour. And I realised a cruffin is a croissant mixed with a muffin. With Biscoff.
Tick, 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 tick.
Absolutely. Tummy satisfied. Anyway, we were talking about the Festival of the Arts, and we are going to have a little bit of a chat about the food offerings. And we've gone at it from two different viewpoints. I gave myself the challenge of, Michelle, imagine you're going to the Festival of the Arts and you are on the Disney dining plan. Which snacks are going to be the best ones for value for money? Because we all know you are not going to buy fries at $4.50 when you can buy something that's $9, $10, $11 because you want to get the maximum bang for your buck. So thinking I at times can be a little bit frivolous, I gave myself that task. Thinking that, Jayne, at times, and I'm not, painting you in a bad light, you will admit this yourself, you are being very economical with your spends. Yeah. So I said, Jayne, can you look for me about what attracts you as value on the festival menu. So can you come up with the ones that you think will offer the best value for our listeners to go and try if they are paying for it out of their pockets?
Yeah, I must admit, I kind of avoided anything that came up as being Disney Dining Plan eligible. So I kind of gave myself another little bit of a challenge there, just to see what there was. Because to be fair, I looked at the prices in general, and there's an awful lot, Michelle, that I felt were quite highly priced. That were anything from $9 something up, as you said, beyond the $11 mark. And I'm not talking about alcoholic drinks here. I'm just talking about the food aspect. So it was quite an interesting exercise, just looking at those prices that are there. There was an element of looking and going, if I was there, would I be willing to spend $10, $11 on something? When you look at the photos that are available and you're going, they are only snack sizes, realistically speaking. And I think there was, is it the brie and bread bowl in France? The French prices are particularly struck me, for some bizarre reason, as being somewhat over generous, shall we say.
Yeah, they can be a little bit on the pricier side, but I do think if you are going to the festival, the best thing that you could possibly do is look at the menu, study the menu, and then think, could I have a progressive meal hitting this country? And dependent whether you are on the dining plan or not, I think will skew the route that you take. Because if you were doing a paying out of your pocket, and some of those, sort of like mains, like a steak based sort of snack, shall we say, $10-11, it soon will mount up where actually you might as well have just gone to a really good restaurant and bought a meal rather than the snack, because they are getting quite pricey. Anyway, let's delve in, Jayne. I'm very interested to see what 5 or 6 items you have come up with, my love.
Right, okay. Well, they're kind of a little bit all over the place. I will say that, because I was kind of wanting to keep the price point down to see what I could actually come up with. So on a savoury bent, Tangerine Cafe, they have the flavours of Medina. Moroccan wrap. So tomato, cucumber relish and garlic sauce. And then you've got a choice. You've got chamola chicken, you've got Moroccan spiced lamb, and then there's the plant-based falafel. $6.29. Didn't think that was too bad, because obviously you've got the wrap there for it's going to feel a little bit filling because you've got the carby side of it, haven't you? So that was a savoury one that jumped out to me. A couple of other different savoury ones that I didn't think were too badly priced for the ingredients that are in them is over at Goshiki in Japan. They do a sushi donut. So this is basically donut-shaped sushi with salmon, tuna, shrimp, cucumber, sesame seeds. It's on a plate of wasabi, aioli, sriracha aioli, and some eel sauce. $8.75. I kind of picked that because I thought, well, you're paying for salmon and tuna and shrimp, so they're not cheap ingredients anyway. So I thought $8.75 was quite a decent price to pay. And from the photos that I'd seen, it did look quite a good-sized portion that you were getting. Obviously, sometimes these photos make them look rather better than they actually are. So anybody out there, let us know. But it looked kind of decent. And then keeping on to the savoury side was, now I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. It's in Italy. It's l'art. I can do that bit. Mangiare. Yeah. It's in Italy, basically. It's the polenta pasticciata.
Okay.
So polenta, bolognese, parmesan, mozzarella and tomato sauce. It kind of looks on the picture like some sort of lasagna type thing, but using polenta rather than pasta, I'm presuming. $8. Again, it looked quite hearty sort of portion size, so I didn't think $8 was too bad for that type of deal. And then after that, I've kind of gone sweet. So I've got a couple of little sweet things. And I have to say, when I made my notes for both of them, I wrote the phrase, looks too cute.
Oh.
So I've obviously chosen these by looking at the visual, not necessarily what the actual makeup of the visual is. So we have fictional victuals, which apparently is based around Alice in Wonderland. They have what they're referring to as Chapter 3, which is the tea treat, which is Twinings Earl Grey tea treat chocolate pot de crème, lemon mandolin, rose and raspberry jam, and a tea biscuit crumble. See, I put my posh voice on there because it's like a teacup shape, and it's like chopped in half. So you've got like a split down. It looks adorable. Please let the actual ones that you get look as cute as it does. $5.99 for that.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, you're paying for the artistry, aren't you? And it is the Festival of Arts, after all. And then the other one is the figment cake.
Oh, it has to be done.
It had been over the Odyssey, like I said before, with where the popcorn buckets can be found. This is the Figment Fantasy Cake. Sponge cake filled with strawberry whipped cream, topped with a white chocolate ganache, orange icing, and white chocolate figment wings. Again, I'm choosing this purely because of how it looks. Probably doesn't taste all that great, but it looked really, really cute, and that's $5.79.
So the price point is attractive as well.
It is, yeah. You're getting something, that looks the part, is cute, and it's not too bad on the old pocket.
Yeah.
I personally didn't think they were bad ones. I'm purposely looking away from anything that I could get on the DDP. I thought, let's what is out there. And the only the other ones that I kind of were drawn to was over at Opening Bites. So Opening Bites over at Communicore, it's the one that's kind of bringing back popular items from years gone by. They do the soft shell crab sliders. If you like your crab slider, that's $7.49, which it's a decent looking size. It's not a bad price. And of course they do the Enchanted Rose dark chocolate mousse rose for $6.49 as well. And again, desserts. I am swayed by how pretty they look, which I know doesn't necessarily belay how pretty they may taste, but they were my choices that I got drawn to, Shell.
Oh, that's so lovely though, Jayne, that you've been able to sort of find some things that are under $6, which is great.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. It's that thing of, like you said, Michelle, you go around these festivals and all of a sudden you could have racked up quite a bill. The things that you've eaten, if you're not doing it consciously. I'm not a big foodie person, and I know that from my experience at Festival of the Holidays, some of the queues for the food booths were like, well, I'd like to try that, but I really ain't waiting that long in a queue. So there is that to bear in mind as well, that there are other options available over the funnel stand. You've got Connections and places like that where you've got things that have been put on especially for the festival, so they may be better choices if you don't be standing in queue lines.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I went down the other route, as I said, and I've chosen the items on the menus that are going to get the most bang for your buck if you've got the Disney dining plan.
Yeah.
And I've chosen 7 items that come in just over $60.
Ouch.
These are the ones that you really want to be using the dining plan for, because they are anywhere from $8.50 or above. Now, your job, Jayne, is to pick the one that you would probably try yourself. And
okay.
I'll give you a clue. And I apologise to all of our vegan, vegetarian friends, but at the end of the day, the meat brings a higher price.
It does, yes.
So, new item from the artist's table, and this is a peppercorn crusted strip loin with asparagus, potatoes au gratin, and a poudre butter sauce. And this is brand new for the year, $9.29.
I did look at that one. That would catch my eye.
Craftsman Table have brought about a beef Wellington inspired croissant supreme with cream spinach, croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds at $8.49. I will be all honest, this was out last year and I did not get any vibes of recommending this one at all. I only included it because it was expensive.
Okay. Yeah, I think I prefer the strip loin over that one, to be fair.
Okay. Deep breath. Le artiste hambriento tostado de cangrejo.
Well
How
done.
do you think I did?
Oh, I will say well done, Michelle, because I didn't know what any of it meant, but it sounded good.
It's Mexican food.
Okay.
And I don't speak brilliant Spanish, so apologies. Crispy corn tortilla topped with guacamole, lump crab, mango, crispy onions, and hot sauce. Brand new for this year, $9.50.
I think with those ones, it all depends on how big those tacos are and how many you get.
Well, it's a crispy corn tortilla.
Ah, they're probably one then.
Yeah, so for me, this is possibly one I wouldn't try because I don't like hot sauce. Husband is highly allergic to crab, so it completely blows this one out the window unless I want to have a quick trip in an ambulance.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No. So Gourmet Landscapes, this is a wild mushroom risotto. So I thought I'd try and include one that if you were a vegetarian, this has aged Parmesan truffle shavings and a Zinfandel reduction. It is plant-based, so it is something that can attract all, and it's charged up at $9.79.
Wow, that's quite pricey.
Yeah. Now, this was the most expensive one I found, and it is the roasted bone marrow with onion marmalade, pickled mushrooms, and a petit lettuce at $10.79. The next one is from Painted Panda, and this was here from last year, and it got mixed reviews. Some people thought it was amazing, some people didn't. For me, it's not one I would personally spend $10.75 on. And this is General Tso's chicken shumai. Dumplings filled with chicken, asparagus, onion and water chestnut topped with General Tso's sauce.
Yeah, I think you need to be a Chinese foodie lover, don't you, for that?
The last one I picked up was at the Pastoral Palette, and this is a yummy returner of the red wine braised short rib with parsnip puree, broccolini, baby tomatoes and a balsamic glaze. $8.79.
That's not a bad price, to be fair. I think for me it would be toss up between that one and the strip loin steak, the first one you came up with.
Yeah. And I know for us in the UK, we're thinking, ooh, parsnips, ooh, comfort food. But bearing in mind, in Orlando, during February, the temperature could be pretty chilly up to pretty toasty.
Yeah, it could be one end of the spectrum to the other.
Yeah. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know, are you planning a trip to the festival? What would you want to try? What would be your best of the fest? Let us know. We would really love to hear more from you at info@disneydreamgirls.com. You can also get the show advance of everybody else via patreon.com/Disney Dream Girls. And there is a little bit of a promotion running at the moment where you could become a Patreon supporter, and we have a little bit of a discount offer so you could help us out for less money. So that sounds a good promotion for you to try us before you stay with us for the rest of your life. We are also pretty active on their Instagram @DisDreamGirls, where we share our love of all things Disney and our lives in general. Please follow us over there if you aren't already. We don't really act anyway on Twitter, on X or Blue Sky or Threads. That's where you can find us, as well as our Disney Dream Girls podcast family. So before we end the show and say farewell, we also want to say a thank you to our Patreon supporters who keep our show up and running and free from those troublesome adverts. So thank you very much, guys. Anyway, until next time, it's a goodbye from me.
And bye from me.